রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে জয় রাধা গিরিধারী রাধে জয় জগন্নাথ জয় বলদেব জয় সুভদ্রা জয় গৌরনিতাই জয় গৌরনিতাই জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ। হরে কৃষ্ণ।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for taking the class at the last minute. We will be reading from Prabhupada's Leela Mirta before we start the class. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, Mata ji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Prabhupada's Leela Mirta, chapter 21. Burton Green was a musician, fond of Swami and fond of banging on innards of the piano in temple during Kirtana. Burton Green says, "We had a really explosive thing to break out of with this capitalistic, materialistic egg sitting on us. So there was so much ferocity in the music to break out of. By spinning out like that, you could have a nervous breakdown. So it was great to go to the Sami and chant in the small storefront on 2nd Avenue. The streets were full of Maya and perversion, and his was a place to really mellow out. It was great to chant there, to balance my life. It was great to sit and have prasadam with Swami and get some real authentic Indian cooking and chapatis, talk about things, especially when I had very little money in my pocket. It was always nice to go. But Burton asked Prabhupada to attend his piano recital at the town hall theatre. Prabhupada agreed. Ramananda said, about 7 or 8 of us in our sneakers and jeans had ridden on the subway with Swamiji to town hall. We went in and took our seats, and the concert began. Burton Green came out, opened the piano top, took a hammer, and began wildly hitting on the strings inside the piano. And it went on for an hour and a half. We were all sitting there with Swamiji and all began chanting on our heads. There was only about 2 dozens of people in the theater. Then the intermission came, and Swamiji wanted to go out to the toilet room, and I went along and helped him, turning on the water in the sink, getting a paper towel for him. Doing these little services for Swamiji seemed like the perfection of my life. There was something so great about him that just doing these things was my perfection. And I felt like I was protecting him, like I was his personal bodyguard. Coming out on the subway, I had shown him how the subway worked and answered his question. It all seemed very intimate. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Om Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, canto number 4, chapter 28. Aham mameti svikritya grihesu kumatir grihi dadyo pramadaya dino viprayoga upastite. Aham mameti sukritya. Sorry, I just, okay, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Aham mameti sukritya grihesu kumatir grihi dadyo pramadaya dino viprayogo upastite. Aham mameti sukritya grihesu kumatir grihi dadyo pramadaya dino viprayoga upastite. So, yes, devotees, you can read this verse. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I am trying.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Ahamameti shikritya griheshu kumati grihi daddau pramodaya deno viprayoga upastite. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Aham mameti svikritya grihesu kumotirgrihi dadhvau pramadaya dino viprayoga upasthite. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I try?
Hare Krishna, Ashoka Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Aham mameti swakritya graheshu kumarti grahi dadhayo pramadaya dino viprayoga upastite. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Bhaktivedanta Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Aham mameti svikritya griheshu kumatir grihi dadyo pramadaya dino viprayoga upasthiti.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, done with Pranam.
Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Sorry. Oh, Krishna. Nice place. Radhe, Radhe.
Are you reading, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. It's
Aham mameti. It's 4:28:17. 4:28:17.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Aham
Krishna.
ameti svikritya griheshu kumati grihi dadhayo pramadhyadino viprayoga upasthite. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. If someone can read the synonyms. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Aham, I, Momo, mine, iti, thus, Shri Kritya, accepting, Griheshu, in the home, Kumatihi, whose mind is full of obnoxious thoughts, Grihi, the householder, Dadho, turns his attention to Pramodaya, with his wife, Dinaha, very poor, Viprayoge, when separation, Upasthite, occurred. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Someone can read the translation, please.
May I, Prabhuji, please?
Yes, Mataji.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. King Puranjan was overly attached to his family and conceptions of I and mine. Because he was overly attracted to his wife, he was already quite poverty-stricken. At the time of separation, he became very sorry. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yes, the purport. Someone can read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can I read the purport?
Yes, please. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. It is clear in this verse that at the time of death, thoughts of material enjoyment do not go away. This indicates that the living entity, the soul, is carried by the subtle body, mind, intelligence, and ego. Due to false ego, the living entity still wants to enjoy the material world, and for want of material enjoyment, he becomes sorry or sad. He still makes intellectual plans to further his existence, and therefore, although he gives up gross body, he is carried by the subtle body to another gross body. The transmigration of subtle body is never visible to material eyes. Therefore, when one gives up the gross body, we think that he is finished. Plans for material enjoyment are made by the subtle body, and the gross body is the instrument for enjoying these plans. Thus, the gross body can be compared to the wife, for the wife is the agent of all kinds of sense gratification. Because of long association with the gross body, the living entity becomes very sad to be separated from it. The mental activity of living entity obliges him to accept another gross body and continue his material existence. The Sanskrit word stri means expansion. Through the wife, one expands his various objects of attractions, sons, daughters, grandsons, and so on. Attachment to family members becomes very prominent at the time of death. One often sees that just before leaving his body, a man may call for his beloved son to give him charge of his wife and other paraphernalia. He may say, "My dear boy, I am being forced to leave. Please take charge of the family affairs." He speaks in this way, not even knowing his destination. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutala Srimate Radha Govinda Goswami Niti Namine Namaste Prabhupada Devam Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Punyavadi Grama Janani Starine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna. Thank you all the devotees for joining us this morning. So yes, this is one of the verses from the 28th chapter of the fourth canto. Very nice chapter, and Prabhupada gives the title of this chapter. Puranjan becomes a woman in the next life. So we know that Puranjan is a very materialistic person, and he is very much attached to sense enjoyment, and we can see what happens to him at the time of death. So this is actually a lesson for all of us. This is not just meant for Puranjan in that katha. We are all Puranjans because we are all living entities living in this body which is temporary, but we are so much attached to the body. We are so much attached to the possessions of the body, and we claim everything to be ours. So this verse says that So this is again Naradji speaking to whom? Who's the person who's hearing?
Prachin Borishat Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prachin Barisat is the one who's hearing from Naradji. Prachin Barisat is hearing from Narad. So Naradji is saying that what actually happens at the end, at the time of death. We all know that anyone who is born has to die one day. Death is certain, and no one can actually be immortal in this material world. We know recently we are talking about Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu tried his best to become immortal. He took all the benedictions possible. He did not want to die inside. He did not want to die outside. He did not want to die on the earth. He did not want to die in the sky.
Air. In the sky. Yeah.
In the sky. He did not want to be killed by a human. He did not want to be killed by
Animals.
animal. He did not want to be killed by any weapon, any of the common weapons we see in this world, whether Sudarshan Chakra or Brahmastra. He did not want to kill by any of those weapons. And he did not want to be killed by any living entity created by, or any body given to us by Brahma, or anything that is part of Brahma's creation. But what happened? He had to die. So he took all the possible benedictions so that he could become immortal. But we know that that's not possible in a place where there is death and where there is everything is temporary. Dukhalema sashvatam. So death is certain, and we all have to die. We have to all give up this body, and it's the IBC of spirituality. Actually, everyone should know this. That's why Lord Krishna is saying in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, when he starts instructing Arjuna, he says that asocya nanvasochastam pragyavadamscha
Ashashe.
pasre gatasunu
Gatashuncho Nanu Shochanti Pandita.
nanu sochanti pandita. You're speaking like a pandit, but you don't know that the difference between the living and non-living. A knowledgeable person actually doesn't lament for the living nor for the dead.
For the dead.
Lord Krishna says. And so that's, the basics of spirituality, basics of spiritual knowledge. And here we have aham mameti sukritya. Swikritya. Swikritya means svikar kalyan. Svikar kalyana means accepting. Yeah, accepting. So this Puranjan, accepting aham mameti sukritya grihesu, in the Grihastha ashram, grihesu, griha means the
home, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji?
House.
House, yeah, grihesu at home, like anything to do with the home. So aham and mameti swikritya. Aham means
I.
I. So what will be the I things in the home? I am
the owner of this house.
I'm the owner of this house. What else?
I have a wife and I have this is my children, this is my family.
I am the husband.
I'm the enjoyer.
I am the husband. I am the owner of this house. I am the enjoyer. What else?
This is mine house.
That's mine, mameti. Mamaiti. Mameti. Mama means mine. Aham means I. I am the owner of this house. I am the husband. I am the father. I am the
Enjoyer.
I'm the enjoyer. I'm the maintainer. I'm maintaining. What
Control.
else?
Controller.
I'm the controller.
I'm the doer of everything.
I'm the doer of everything. I do everything. I pay the bills. I pay the rent. I pay the expenses. I'm the maintainer. What else?
I'm the boss.
I'm the boss. What else?
And the perpetrator?
Yes, Mataji?
The
I'm the
perpetrator.
Proprietor.
perpetrator. Or proprietor, correct. I'm the proprietor. I'm the proprietor of everything that is here. I'm the proprietor of the house. I'm the proprietor of the car. I'm the proprietor of the furniture. I'm the proprietor of the television. I'm the proprietor of the kitchen and all the things that are in the kitchen. So that's I am mentality in the griha, in the home. And mama, what is the mama mentality?
It's
Mine.
mine.
My children, my wife.
My children. These are my children. These are my children. These are, yes, my children.
This
These
is my
are
house. Prabhu said,
mine.
this is
This
my house. Whatever I want, I will do.
They say, well, everything that is here in this house belongs to me, mine. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Hare Krishna.
It's okay now, Prabhu.
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhu.
Somehow I got muted, I think. So this is mine. This everything belongs to me. I am the so I and my mentality. Mine. No, this is not yours. This is mine. This is not yours. When they separation, the house husband and wife, then what happens? This is mine. No, this is mine. I should get this. This belongs to me. So that is what mentality?
Me and mine.
I and mine.
I and mine.
Somehow I'm getting muted. Says you're getting muted by the host. So
Sorry for that, Prabhuji. By mistake it happened.
okay, Hare Krishna. So I and mine mentality. So aham mameti swikritya. Accepting the which mentality? Svikar karna, swikritya. Aham and mameti. Grihesu in the griha. Kumatir grihi. Grihi means one who is
Householder.
household very, very attached to the griha. Grihi. Griha, grihi. Grihi is the one who lives in the house and he's too much attached. And kumatir. What happens to the mati? What happens when you are too much attached to the belongings and the people in the house? Then you lose your
Balance.
intelligence. You lose your intelligence. Then you have. That's why here it mentioned that whose mind is full of obnoxious thoughts. So your intelligence is lost because of too much attachment to the house and the belongings. We know that Duryodhana's father, Dhritarashtra, his intelligence was lost. He couldn't understand basic things. So many people tried to say to him, give up attachment to Duryodhan. Give up Duryodhan and everything will be fine. But just because he had too much attachment to what? Kingdom and
Sons.
too much attachment to the sons and the kingdom, his intelligence was lost. Kumatir. Mati means intelligence on the mind. Matirna Krishna Parata Sotoa. Matirna Krishna. Krishna Parato Sotoa. Mito Vipadyat Griha Vritanam Adanta Gobir Vishate Tamishram Punah punah charveta charvana. Charvana. So mati means. So there's also one very nice Ashirvad blessing, that Vaishnavas give, and they say Krishna Matir
Krishnamati
Krishna Matirastu. May your Mati always be on
Krishna.
Krishna. That's Krishna Matirastu. Krishna Matirastu. So here the Mati of this person, Puranjan. So it's like Puranjan who's about to die. If he's about to die, what should he be thinking about?
About the
Yeah, what?
family, about the home, and how much of wealth I have, and what will happen after me.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what he's thinking about. This is Aham Mameti. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, the two last verses from the second chapter, Vihaya Kamane Sarvam Pumascharati Nispriha Nirmamo Nirankara. What does Lord Krishna say?
So Shanti Mudi Gacchati.
Shanti Madhi Gacchati. Vihaya Kamane Sarvan Pumascharati Nispriha Nirmamo Nirankara. Nirmama and Nirankara. What does Lord Krishna say about Nirmama and Nirankara? Vihaya Kamane Sarvan. Means, what's the meaning of this? This is the second last verse of the second chapter. Vihaya Kamane
It
Sarvan.
states that who gives up his desire and who is free from desire, in other words.
Vihaya Kaman. Kaman
Kaman
means
means all sense gratification.
Yeah.
And Kaman and proprietorship also.
Vihaya Kamane Sarvan Pumash Charati Nispriha. Nispriha means?
Without any attachment.
Without any attachment. Nispriha. Nirmamo Nirankara. Nirmama and Nirankara. Nirmama means the mentality of
myself, thinking of
I.
personally.
Yeah. I-ship, I. Nirmama Nirahankara. Nirmama and Nirahankara. Mine and Aham. Ahamkar. So Shanti Madhi Gacchati. Such a person actually attains
real peace.
Real peace. And then the last verse of the second chapter is Esha Brahmi Sthiti Parthanena Prapa Vimuhyati Sthitva Samanta Kalopi Brahma Nirvana Mrichati. What does Lord Krishna say there? Vihaya Kaman is the one that's before. Esha Brahmi Sthiti Partha. One who's situated
in such a Brahma or spiritual situation of life, and he is not bewildered at the time of he is not bewildered at the time of his death, and at the hour of death, and he can enter the kingdom of God.
Nayanam Prape Vimuhyati. Such a person is not bewildered. Nayanam Prape Vimuhyati. Vimuhyati means is not bewildered at the time of death. Isha Brahmastiti Parthanena Prape Vimuhyati. Stitva Simanta Kalopi. If one is situated in this consciousness at the time of death, Anta Kalopi, Brahma Nirvana Mrichati. Where does he go?
Bhagavatam.
Yeah, they go to the spiritual world. One goes to the spiritual world, to the supreme abode of the Lord. But on the other hand, those people who are attached to the body and anything connected to the body, Deha Patya Kalatradishu, Atmasayesu, Satsopi. There's another verse at the end of the first chapter. We know that first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. There are questions of Parikshit Maharaj, when we know that when Parikshit Maharaj comes to their assembly, when Sukdev Goswami comes to their assembly where Parikshit Maharaj was seated, At that time, Parikshit Maharaj asked Sukadeva Goswami many questions. Ata prichami samsiddhim, yoginam paramam guru, purushasya ayat karimriya manascha, sarvata. Ata prichami samsiddhim, yoginam paramam guru, and yet shrotavyam ato japyam yat kartavyam nirvipravo smartavyam bhajaniyava, bruhi yadva viparyam. So he's asking many questions. And so he says, I'm asking you. What is he asking? Samsiddhim, ata prichami samsiddhim. What is the path of perfection?
Perfection.
Yeah. Ata prichami samsiddhim yoginam paramam. Purushasya yat karyam mriya manasya sarvata. What is the duty of a person who is about to die? So what is the duty of a person who's about to die? What should a person who's about to die do? Should he be remembering his wife? Should he be remembering his family? What should one do? What is the duty of a person?
Remember the Lord at the time of leaving his body.
Yeah, remember the Lord. Yeah. And then he's asking a further question, of course. Yat shrotavyam ato japyam yat kartavyam nirvipravo smartavyam bhajaniyam va bruhi yadva viparyam. I would like to know what one should chant, what one should hear, what one should remember, and what is the duty of such a person at the time of death. And then also I would like to know what is viparya, what is the opposite, what one should not do. And then there's one verse, nidre ahriyate naktam ayana chavavaya diva charte hai kutumba bharane nama. So person who is very, very attached to the griha, so there are people who are very, very attached to the body and the possessions, and then the griha, the house, the home. So how they spend their lives is mentioned. Nidraya hriyate naktam. The night of such a person is lost by sleeping. Nidraya hriyate naktam. Vyavayana chavaya. Or through stri sangha, through association with wife. Nidra hriyate naktam. Vyavayana chavaya. Diva charte hai rajan. The day is spent by for what?
For
earning money. Diva charte hai rajan. Kutumba bharne nava. Kutumba ka palan. Feed looking after the kutumba, the family. And it's also mentioned the verse after that. It is deha patya kalatradishu atmasayesu satsapi tesham pramatta nidanam pashyanapi na pashyati. That such a person actually is deha means the body, apatya means the children, deha patya, kalatra means the wife, adishu, atma sainyesu satsapi. All these are actually like soldiers who are asatsapi. Asatsapi means they are all temporary soldiers trying to help a person to actually, the one is trying to take the help of such soldiers to enjoy this world. But Tesham Pramatta Nidanam, so busy with the family, so busy with the looking after the body. People spend so many hours just decorating their body, going to the beauty parlor, going to the hairdresser and beauty parlor, and so many things they want to do to the body so that the body will look beautiful. They want to look beautiful. So they just want to, and they spend so much time on the deha and the children. Kalatra means the wife, Adishu and others, and Atma Satsapi, and then Tesham Pramatta Nidanam. There's so much. Pramatta means Pramatta Nidanam. Pashyanapi nana pashyati. The death is so close, but such a person is Pashyanapi na pashyati.
They cannot see them. They see it, but again cannot realize it.
Yeah, they're seeing so many people dying, through different kinds of diseases, or some people are killed on the roads, in New Zealand roads, or anywhere wherever one is living. Seeing that so many people are dying because of diseases, from cancer, diabetes, heart attack, and COVID, and what not. So many diseases, and they're all dying, but they're actually not seeing. They're not seeing means they're not realizing that it will.
But they're ignoring.
Yeah, they'll also be subject to death. They don't understand that.
Yeah.
They're not realizing that, yes, my turn will also come.
Yeah.
I will also die. If everyone is dying, then I'll also die. They have to realize. And then, but the thing is, although they are seeing, they are not realizing. Pasyanapit. Seeing but not seeing. So that's in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So here, aham mameti sukritya, स्वीकृत्य स्वीकार कर लेना अहम और ममेति grihesu kumatir grihas intelligence is lost because of this, or because of so much attachment, one is not able to think properly. He's not able to have right kind of consciousness at the time of death. And also, the most dear one to person like Puranjan is the wife. So that's why it's mentioned that pramadaya, 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 pramadaya. Pramadaya means one who is wife.
Intoxicated.
Yeah, pramadaya,
Yeah.
yes. That also means pramad. Pramad, that's pramad. This is pramadaya. Pramadaya, when one is about to die, so is this talking about a materialist like Puranjan? When he's about to die, then, of course, in the previous verse, it's mentioned how one is thinking about what? The family members, like the sons, the daughter-in-laws, the grandsons, all of them, thinking about them. But the one who is closest to such a person is the wife. So it's always thinking about the wife. And of course, because of sense enjoyment, one is attached to the wife because one is able to satisfy, have sense enjoyment because of able to satisfy the lust through the wife. So is very, very much attached to the wife. And so here, thinking about the wife, he becomes like a dean. He becomes like dean. Dean means viprayoga. Viprayoga means when he's thinking of, oh, I have to separate from my wife, then he becomes very, very dean. Just like we know that the story of in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a story uh, of a kapot. You remember the kapot story? Like you have those 24 spiritual masters. Prithvira, Vayura, Akasha, Mapo, Agni, Chandrama, Ravi, Kapot, Vajigara, Sindhu, Patango, Madhu, Krit, Gajaha, Madhuha, Rino, Meena, Pingala, Kururbaka, Kumari, Sarakrit, Sarpa, Urananabi, Supesakri, those 24 spiritual masters. One of them is Kapot. Kapot. So what's the lesson from the Kapot? Kapot or the Kabutar?
He was very much attached to his wife.
Yeah.
He used to give his
Kapot was very, very attached to the Kapoti. Kapot was very, very attached to Kapoti or the wife. And what happened? And of course, he was too attached to the children, but we know that they had a nice family. The Kapot had Kapoti, and then some little Kapots and Kapotis. And one day, when they went to get food for the when they went to walk in some company, or when they went to get some food for the children. What happened is there was a hunter who trapped all the baby.
Of the pigeon.
Kapot means the pigeon, yeah. And all of them were trapped, and then straight away, when the wife, the kapoti, sees all the children she couldn't tolerate, she just jumps without even thinking, and then she was trapped. And then after that, the kapot was thinking about how he will not be able to bear separation from the kapoti, and then he also jumps. So, what is the lesson that we learned from that kapot story?
Because of the over attachment or extra attachment, everything is ruined.
Very nice. Attachment. Because of attachment to the wife and the family, he himself had to lose his life. Ahuva affection, sneha. Ati sneha is not good. Sneha, attraction, attachment to the family. So that's what we learned from the Kapot story. And here, of course, these things have different meanings also. But we can learn how Puranjan was so affectionate, so attached to the family. Especially the wife is thinking about. Deen means like, if you take the fish away from the water, the fish is very much
in distress, because it's not supposed to be out of water.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be out of water, and it's just so much under stress. This is called deen. So he's thinking about separation, just like fish cannot bear the separation from water. Similarly, Puranjan cannot bear the separation from
Ranjani.
Puranjan, his wife. He cannot bear the separation from the Pramadaya, the wife. And in the previous verse, of course, he's thinking about all the family members, the sons, the grandsons, everyone is thinking about at the time of death. Remember, these things don't actually, Prabhupada also writes that all these thoughts will not go. Can it go by itself? If you don't do anything, and let's say you think that, by getting old, all these desires will be gone, all these attachments will be gone, all these things will be gone, all the anarthas one can get free because of old age. Does it happen like that? Does it mean that when we get old, we get freed from the desires?
No.
No, Prabhu.
No. There are more and more and more and more desires. Initially, you might have, one, maybe thinking about only one person to get married to. But then it expands. So Prabhupada says 3 means expansion. There's one story my Guru Maharaj, actually, I had from my Guru Maharaj, about one person who said to the Guru Maharaj, he said to Guru Maharaj, I will be your very renounced disciple. बहुत विरक्त शिष्य बनूंगा आपका. He said to his Guru Maharaj. And the Guru Maharaj said, don't be proud, just do your bhajan. And then what happened is, he had a small Bhagavad Gita, and he used to read Bhagavad Gita every day. He used to do the Bhagavad Gita part every day. He used to do. So one day what happened? A little part of the Bhagavad Gita was eaten by one rat. One rat ate little part of the Bhagavad Gita. So he was very, very concerned about it. He told some people that, my Bhagavad Gita was eaten, little part of the Bhagavad Gita was eaten by a rat. They said, if there's no worry, just get one cat. Said, how can I get a cat? I don't have it. Said, get one billy from, or the cat from the neighborhood. So he got one billy from the neighborhood. So billy would come, but will not always come, because he couldn't supply milk every day. So billy, the the cat will come sometimes, and sometimes the cat will not come because was not given food constantly, the milk constantly. So he approached them again. He said, um, the Billy is coming, but not coming every day. Said, why don't you keep a cow so that you can give the milk? You have the milk on a regular basis. You can give milk, and so someone gave him the cow. He said, okay, I'll give the cow. So he got a cow, and then he started milking cow every day. And then he said, I'm having a cow. I've got the Billy now. I've got a cat, my own cat, and feeding the cat all the time. But the problem is, said to some people, some friends or some neighbors, said, I'm not able to read the Bhagavad Gita because I used to do Bhagavad Gita part every day, but I'm not able to do it now. And they said, oh, why should you do it? You do your Bhagavad Gita, get one dasi who will do it for you. Get one maid servant. And that's what he did. He got one maid servant, young maid servant, who was not married. And through associating with the maid servant, he fell in love. And then he got married to the dasi. Now he got married to the dasi, and then of course no time, because now he has got children, he has got grandchildren. And the sadhu comes. The sadhu comes one day, the Guru Maharaj comes and says, let me see where my disciple is. He goes to the disciple and says, what's all this? What's all this? Of course, he never had time for Gita, reciting every day. He says, Gita fail gayi. The expression of Gita. Started with, of course, Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Some rat was taking a little bit of the Bhagavad Gita. But then what it became so attached that he did not have time. So this is what expansion is, Stri. So too much attachment, and we don't get time. So the people who are too attached to the family, they will. This is Puranjan. Of course, I'm sure all the devotees have been discussing so nicely all the different meanings of different things. Prabhupada also says that here there's difference between gross body, subtle body. We have gross. We have to leave the gross body, and one doesn't want to give up the gross body, and so much attached to the gross body, and the gross body is just like what we don't want to leave. So it's very dangerous to have this kind of attachments, because you can't give it up. It will be there. If you don't try to give it up, you won't be able to give it up, all these attachments. And one attachment gave Jad Bharat, or Bharat, the body of a deer. So if we are attached, if we have too many attachments, what will happen? Will we not get another body? So here, Puranjan story is there. So what are some of the things we learn from this verse? And of course, Prabhupada's purport. Yes, devotees?
Prabhu, we should remember Krishna all the time. If we don't if we don't practice it, so we can't get the Bhagavad.
Yes. We should always remember Krishna. Tasmat sarvesu kalesu mamanusmarayudhyacha. Because yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam pramiti kavante sada tad bhavavita. Ante kalacha mamiva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati saman bhavam yati nasyasan. Whatever one remembers at the time of death, that consciousness, that state of consciousness one attains, that determines the next birth. And so therefore, Lord Krishna is saying, Tasma sarvesu kalesu mamanusmara yuddha. Always, you might do every yuddha, or for us it can be different activities, but always remember. Remembering is always. Activities, you may do different kinds of activities, but when it comes to remembering the Lord, you should always remember the Lord. Tasma sarvesu kalesu. Because If you don't remember the Lord always, you cannot remember the Lord in the time of death. Then you'll be thinking about your family, you'll be thinking about your wife, you'll be thinking about your possession. That's what you'll be thinking about. And Puranjan will actually become because of too much asakti to the
wife.
wife, he will become a
Woman in his next
is
life.
going to become a woman in the next life. This is the title of the chapter is that.
Yeah.
The title of the chapter is that. Yes, so that's why it's mentioned that Etaman Sankhya Yoga Abhyam Swadharma Paranishta Janma Labha Parapam Samante Narayana Smriti. What should be doing? Whatever one has to been doing, Sankhya Yoga or Swadharma Parinishta means Varuna Ashrama Dharam, Sankhya Yoga Abhyam Swadharma Parinishta Janma Labha Parapam Samante Narayana Smriti. What should one do? What's the real gain? What is the purpose of the human body? At the end, one should remember
Narayana
Narayan.
Narayana
Ante
Smriti.
Narayan
Ante
Smriti.
Narayana Smriti. Ante Narayana Smriti. That's the real goal of life. Whatever one is doing. So this Puranjan, we can see he was doing karma kandi things. Is he able to remember the Lord? Does karma kand help him in remembering the Lord?
No.
All the activities, all the things he was doing, animal sacrifice, all those things. Is that helping him?
No.
No, those things, because bhakti yoga is what is required. Loving devotional service. Because if you love someone, then you'll remember. If you don't have love for Krishna, do you think you'll remember Krishna at the time of death?
No. So
No. You'll only remember those people whom you love. If you love your wife, then you'll remember your wife. Of course, we don't say you don't look after them. You don't, you hide them. No, it's not that. It's just that the focus, the center should be Krishna. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Anything else, devotees?
Yeah, over attachment to anything spoils everything.
Yeah, over attachment, just like the Kapoth, just like Puranjan, just like Bharat. Attachment, over attachment. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Anyone else? What are some of the important things we learned today?
Prabhu, if we remember Krishna all the time, we will not do anything bad for anyone.
Yes, of course, yeah. If we keep Krishna in the center, then
Yeah.
everyone is Krishna's part and parcel. We will not be envious. We will not be, we will not consider anyone our enemy. We'll be equal to all, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Even our own family members.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mataji? And Prabhuji?
And that's why association is very important. Association always tells us to remain focused in the right direction. That is the goal of life. So,
Very nice.
yeah.
Association is very important, yeah. Binu satsang vivek na hoi.
Yeah.
Vivek means the one discriminating power to understand what is to be done, what is not to be done, yeah. We need to associate with the devotees. The more we associate, the more we understand the goal of life. Of course, good devotees who are not themselves attached to material things. So if you if you associate with people who have too much attachment to material things, then you get attached also.
Yeah.
You become like them because association is very, very powerful. And we have so many examples in the scriptures. Thank you, Prabhu. Anything else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanvat Pranam.
Dhanvat Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So Prabhu, what I learned from this is basically you keep on practicing Harinam, and at the time of that, all your attachments will go away. And when it is easy, the attachments go away, it is easy to go back to Godhead. I mean, this is how I interpret. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Yeah. It's mentioned that Prasangam Ajaram Pasamatmana Kavayo Vidusayava Sadhu Sukrito Moksha Dharma Pavitam. The attachment is, Prasangam is very hard to give up. But Sayava Sadhuso Krita Moksha Dwaramapari. That attachment, if it is directed towards the sadhus, of course, by associating with the sadhus, then we develop attachment to Krishna.
Yeah.
The more we associate with sadhus, the more we get attached to Krishna, and the more we will be able to get detached from the world. Thank you, bro. Very nice. Asakti kabhi ja nahi sakti. Pasangam ajaram pancham. Atmana kavayo. Sayava sadhu sukrito. Moksha dwaram apavrita. But that same attachment, if it is directed towards the sadhus, then moksha dwaram apavrita. Then the door to liberation is wide open for such people. So yes, when we associate with the sadhus, we get more attached to the Lord. And more attachment to the Lord means detachment from the world. That's what bhakti is. Bhakti will give you two things. One is vairagya, the other one is
Gyan.
gyan. Those two things should come. If we are not getting detached, that means we have to perform our devotional service more seriously.
Yeah.
If we are still attached to too many things, if you are still attached to your possessions, we've got such a great movement. We've got Prabhupada, and we have got so many great scriptures, books, and so many nice devotees. If you are not making use of all the things that we have, we should, it's never late, we should take it seriously. If the detachment is not coming, that means we are not performing our devotional service seriously. We have to take it seriously. Everyone is getting old. Everyone is going to go through the same kind of, problems. And yes, that the Kali, Kanya, and all those things will, Gandharva Raj, all these things we are talking about. It's not for Puranjan. We are all Puranjans living in the city of 9 gates. Hare Krishna. Thank you, bro. Yes, anything else? Anything else, devotees?
That's why Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhupada has set up the day's program, the whole day program in such a way that we can focus on our goal of life. So that the morning program is Mangalarti, then chanting, then reading Shastras, associating with the devotees. So keeping ourselves engaged in the spiritual life so that we can remain attached to the Lord in all the time, though we are in the workplace. And that preparation for the day will help us to keep remembering the Lord all the time. So
Very
the
nice.
package Srila Prabhupada has made for us throughout the day will help us to remember and remain focused in our goal of life.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Very nice. That morning program, the chanting, of course. Kirtanya Sadahari. Every time chanting the holy name, starting with charging your battery, just like we charge our cell phone, and so that we can use the cell phone for the whole day. So charging yourself in the morning programs, very nice. And also Nityam Bhagavata
Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Seva, reading the Bhagavatam and charging yourself in the morning program is very, very important. And by the grace of the devotees, we have this morning daily Bhagavatam class, and that's very nice. All the devotees. Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. And then, of course, if we start our morning, with Krishna, then we'll be able to remember Krishna throughout the day. Hare Krishna. Thank you, all the devotees. Shri Shri Radha Girdhari Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Shri Gaurapaya Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Shri Sita Bhakta Hanuman ki jai. Krishna Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Vrinda ki jai. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha.
Kripa Sindhubhyo Eva Cha. Patitanam Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Patitanam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnava Vrinda
Vaishnavebhyo
ki
Namo Namah.
jai.
Jai.
This is Madhav Govinda Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Hari Hari Bol.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.